everyone, this is Sia and today I am going to summarize the famous play Hamlet to you. So the actual name is The Tragedy of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, often shortened to Hamlet, and obviously written by William Shakespeare, written somewhere between 1599 and 1601, and it is the Shakespeare's longest play with 29,551 words. So here we go and listen to it very carefully. It was a dark and cold night in December. Nothing scary like that. Although there is a ghost, but a good one. Okay, so first I would like to introduce all the characters. Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark. And yes, one more thing, please don't get offended because I'm not going to show you the typical prince and princess wala image because I'm more into cartoons and animation, so yeah, bear with it. And next, Claudius, uncle of Hamlet and king of Denmark, and he looks like this. Okay, so next is Gertrude, and she is Hamlet's mother, and she looks like, I don't think she's ready. Take your time, we don't mind. Okay, so next is Polonius, Lord of Chamberlain, and he looks cute, no? And next comes Ophelia. She is daughter of Polonius and Hamlet's love. And Laertes, he is son of Polonius, and he looks like this. And finally, Horatio, Hamlet's best friend. And Gertrude is ready, and tell me in the comment section how she looks. So in short, Hamlet is the Prince of Denmark. His father was the king, but he died before the play begins, and Hamlet's uncle Claudius has taken over as king and married Hamlet's mother Gertrude. And at the beginning of the play, the ghost of king appears to some soldiers. Late at night, guards on Denmark Castle are met by Horatio. The guards describe a ghost they have seen that resembles Hamlet's father. At that moment, the ghost reappears, and the guards and Horatio decide to tell Hamlet. When Hamlet hears of the ghost from Horatio, he wants to see it for himself. The ghost appears to Hamlet, claiming indeed to be the ghost of his father. He tells Hamlet about how Claudius murdered him, and Hamlet swears revenge for his father. Hamlet decides to stimulate madness while he tests the truth of ghost's allegations. Claudius married Hamlet's recently widowed mother after becoming the new king of Denmark. Hamlet continues to mourn for his father's death and laments his mother's lack of loyalty. Elsewhere, the royal attendant Polonius says farewell to his son Laertes, who is departing for France. Laertes wants his sister Ophelia to be away from Hamlet because he thinks he doesn't love her, so Ophelia decided not to see Hamlet again. According to his plan, Hamlet begins to act strangely. Ophelia thought that Hamlet is acting like this because she stopped talking to him and told his father the same. Polonius somewhat believed in that, but still, Claudius and Polonius spy on him. They had hoped to find the reason for Hamlet's sudden change in behavior but could not. Claudius summons Guildenstern and Rosencrantz, old friends of Hamlet, to find out what's gotten to him. Their arrival coincides with a group of travelling actors that Hamlet happens to know well. Hamlet writes a play which includes scenes that mimic the murder of Hamlet's father. During rehearsal, Hamlet and the actors plot to present Hamlet's play before the king and queen. At the performance, Hamlet watches Claudius closely to see how he reacts. The play provokes Claudius and he walks away. Hamlet follows him on the way. He sees Claudius kneeling and attempting to pray. Hamlet thought that to kill him now would only send his soul to heaven rather than hell. Hamlet decides to spare his life for the time being. Hamlet is summoned by his distressed mother, Gertrude. not knowing she has given Polonius permission to hide behind tapestry and listen to their conversation. Hamlet asked her why did she marry his uncle, why she was not loyal for his father. He started saying bad things. Gertrude gets frightened and calls for help. Polonius, hearing to that, also calls for help, and Hamlet thinks it's Claudius behind the tapestry, and within a second he kills him. As a punishment, Hamlet is sent to England. During his journey, Hamlet discovers Claudius has a plan to have him killed once he arrives. He returns to Denmark alone, sending his companions Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to their deaths in his place. Ophelia is now desolate at the loss of her father. Laertes returns to Denmark and knows about how Hamlet killed him. Hamlet sends a letter to Claudius and Laertes that he is back in Denmark. Now that they knew Hamlet didn't die in England, Claudius started plotting different death traps for him. On the way back to Denmark, Hamlet meets Horatio in the graveyard along with a gravedigger, where they talk of the chances of life and death. Ophelia's funeral procession arrives at the very same graveyard. What luck! Hamlet confronts Laertes, Ophelia's brother, who has taken his father's place at the court. Now Laertes wants his revenge, so a duel is arranged between Hamlet and Laertes. During the match, Claudius conspires with Laertes to kill Hamlet. They plan that Hamlet will die either with a poisoned sword or with poisoned wine if he wins in case. The plan goes terribly wrong when Gertrude unwittingly drinks from the poisoned cup and dies. Then both Laertes and Hamlet are wounded by poisoned sword and Laertes dies. Hamlet, in the death throes, kills Claudius with a poisoned sword. Then Hamlet also dies, leaving only his friend Horatio to explain the truth to Fortinbras, a prince in Norway. Fortinbras arrived with his army and sees the whole royal family dead. He claims the kingdom for himself. So that's the end, and I actually love how desperately Shakespeare wants everybody to be dead in his play, and that was it. And then, oh, shit. I don't know why this happens to me when I am recording. I think there is a curse on me then. The day I record, I won't be able to record.